It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by Washita Valley Respiratory Care, where you can breathe a little easier, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. He was the father of Bluegrass. Bill Monroe laid the foundation for an entirely new musical genre in the mid-20th century. William Smith Monroe was born on September 13, 1911, in Rosine, Kentucky. The youngest of 8 children, Monroe grew up playing and singing at home. Because his older brothers Bert and Charlie already played the fiddle and guitar, Bill was resigned to playing the less desirable mandolin. His experience playing with his mother's brother, Pendleton Vandiver, inspired one of his most famous compositions, Uncle Pen. Another influence of Monroe's was Arnold Schultz, a fiddler and guitarist who introduced Monroe to the blues. After moving to Indiana in 1929, Bill worked at an oil refinery with his brothers. They and a couple of friends formed the Monroe Brothers, playing at local dances and house parties. Bill and Charlie later carried on as a duo, performing frequently on the radio until RCA Victor signed them to a recording contract in 1936. In 1938, after the Monroe Brothers disbanded, Bill formed the Kentuckians in Little Rock, Arkansas, which only lasted 3 months. Monroe then left Little Rock for Atlanta to form the Bluegrass Boys. In 1939, he successfully auditioned for a spot on the Grand Ole Opry. Before long, the Bluegrass Boys had their first big hit with their version of Jimmy Rogers' Mule Skinner Blues. In 1945, musicians Earl Scruggs and Lester Flatt joined the Bluegrass Boys, which later added fiddler Chubby Wise and bassist Howard Watts, known professionally as Cedric Rainwater. In retrospect, the Bluegrass Boys has been dubbed the original Bluegrass Band, as the music included all the elements that characterize bluegrass music, including breakneck tempos and sophisticated vocal harmony arrangements. This version of the Bluegrass Boys recorded songs that soon became classics of the genre, including Toy Heart, Little Cabin Home on the Hill, and Blue Moon of Kentucky, which went on to be recorded by Elvis Presley. Flatt and Scruggs later left Monroe's band to form the Foggy Mountain Boys. In the years that followed, other members came and went. By the late 1950s, Monroe's commercial fortunes began to slip as rock and roll and the Nashville sound and country music began to click. His career resurged during the folk revival of the 60s, and in 1964, before the Grateful Dead formed, Jerry Garcia caravanned across the country from California to tag along with Monroe. In 1967, Monroe founded an annual bluegrass festival at Bean Blossom in southern Indiana. He kept on working well into an advanced age, celebrating his 50th year at the Grand Ole Opry in 1989, and with several other artists headlined Farm Aid 4 in Indianapolis in 1990. Bill Monroe performed his last ever concert on March 15, 1996, effectively ending his career the next month following a stroke. On September 9th that year, he passed away in Springfield, Tennessee, 4 days before his 85th birthday. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.